If you are learning Brazilian Portuguese, you should read O Alquimista by Paulo Coelho. Oi, my name is Eloilson. I am a Brazilian Portuguese teacher. I teach and help people from all over the world with language. To be specific, Portuguese, my mother language. And today I prepared this video to give you some tips about how to read in another language and also read this specific book because for me it's one of my favorites, not because it is a Brazilian, but the stories about it, the learning, what you learn on it, it is very good for you.
This is Brazil.
Talking about the book was written in 1988 by Paulo Coelho, and the story talks about a Spanish boy named Santiago. Santiago is a shepherd, of course, works as a shepherd, but he had a dream that a treasure was waiting him in the pyramids in Egypt. Against everyone and everything, he decides to start his journey, even doubting about if his dream was true or not. In the book, actually in the middle of the story, the author, Brazilian Paulo Coelho, he talks about many things like faith, coincidence, maktub. Maktub is an Arabic word that in Portuguese is like tá escrito, it's something written, or tinha que acontecer, it was supposed to happen, it had to happen. These words, and also a personal legend. He talks a lot of these personal legends from the beginning, the middle, at the end of the book, giving an examples that when a person wants something, always will get it. Okay. For example, this is a Portuguese version. Let me see if I can share here. Quando você quer alguma coisa, todo o universo conspira para que você realize seu desejo. When you really want something, all the universe conspire for you realize your desire. This is the major idea of the book. And like the stars, it's going, for example, Santiago, he had many problems, okay? He sold his ship. Also, he was robbed by a robber, of course, and he worked in a store of a crystal of store, but always he had some issues, some problems, but always he was happy and he was thinking about his future. And also, for example, one idea that it's very important for me that I saw it. Even if it wasn't the best thing in his life, the best occupation, he always worked, he made his best, always trying to help people and always try to give his best in all situations, even when he was robbed, for example. Continuing the journey, Santiago falls in love for an Arabic girl. Her name was Fatima. Fatima, no. Fatima. Fatima is a Brazilian name also. Fatima. Imagine if Fatima, she lived with her clan in a like an oasis. Oasis. In Portuguese we say oasis. I think in English the pronunciation is oasis. Correct me if I'm wrong. But she lived with her clan on that. Also, she falls in love with him, but Santiago proposed her, hey, Fatima, imagine a Spanish guy shepherd proposing an Arabic girl that lives in the desert. Fatima, do you want to marry me? And Fatima, oh, no. She didn't accept in the first time because she tells him this important sentence. Pay attention. A true love will not stop or beg to sacrifice his personal legend. And if that happens, it is not a true love. Now imagine that. Fatima loved Santiago and also Santiago loved Fatima. But Fatima saw that Santiago had a purpose. So she thought, if I married him now, I would stop him to finish his dream, to find his treasure. So this is one of the lessons of the book. If you have someone in your life, and for example, now I'm a psychologist. For example, think about it. If you have someone in your life, or you are this someone, and the another person thinks about they have a dream, but you are stopping it because I don't know. Think about it. Maybe it's not a true love, okay? I'm not 100% sure, but this is the message that Paulo Coelho it's give us on the book. Let me know if you agree with this idea. So he keeps his journey and finally met the alchemist. This is the person. Imagine a wise guy that give many advices to him. And finally, he arrives in Egypt, in pyramids, and finds his treasure. So after it, he can see all his journey, and he sees that not the most important is not the destiny, but about the journey, what he had learned, what he have experienced about it. Okay, not the destination, but the journey. This is the also a main message of the book. For example, that you need always to enjoy the journey. For example, you have a destiny. Imagine you are learning Portuguese and you want to come to Brazil, for example. You need to appreciate the journey according to the book. Okay, this is the message of the book, because a destination is just a simple thing on this idea. You need to enjoy it and try to appreciate it and give you all your best. Okay, also if it is working or just or if you are just traveling, but try to always give your best in all situations and always try to stop and think about if you are learning it, if you what you have experienced, why you had this option, why it happened it with you. This is the main idea of The Alchemist, the book that I read. I read it in first, I read it in Portuguese, after in English, and now I'm reading it in Spanish. And always, when I'm reading it, I always take different ideas. And Paulo Coelho, I don't know, I think the guy he is a genius for me when he wrote this book, because always you find different things that you stay like 1-2 days thinking about it, but it is like you think about you are Santiago and wow, it happened the same thing in my life. This is a good idea. Talking about the language, why you read it in Portuguese now? For example, I've read it in Portuguese, in English, and now in Spanish, like what I said to you. And talking about vocab, for example, when I'm reading in Spanish, always I find many words that I didn't know yet, okay? And I learned it on the book. It's the same thing, because imagine, I'm sure if you start reading it in Portuguese, you will find many words, many vocab in Portuguese that you didn't know until you find it. Talking about reading, I know it can be difficult in this beginning. So I will give you my example. What I did when I started reading my first English book. Remember, I am a Brazilian. Try to read like 1 page per day. Starts with fewer goals, for example, 1 page per day, or if it is too many for you, think about 1 page per week, starting like this. And one thing that it helped me a lot is try, when you are reading, try to have a dictionary or online dictionary or a book like normal in the past. If you are old school, no problems. Try to have a dictionary with you and try to read, because there will be some words that you don't know, and always it's good because you are learning these words and you are understanding the context. About reading, you will learn grammar, sentences, vocab, and also many expressions. And it helps you. I don't know you in your future, but imagine if you need to write an email or an essay in Portuguese. It helps you a lot on your written when you are reading it in Portuguese, in Spanish, or in English. It really helps you. And this is my tip for you. Try to eat slow, like 1 page per week. Okay, now 1 page per day. Now next week, try 2 pages per week, 2 pages per day, until you get a rhythm, okay? And try to read this book. I will put here the book link for you buy it, or in Portuguese, in Spanish, or in English. If you are a Brazilian, let me know if you are a Brazilian watching my videos in English. I will be happy if I'm helping you with English, of course. And here below is the link, and also I read many books every year. Okay, to tell the truth. And if you want to know my opinion about a specific book, let me know here on the comments, because I can come here and record a video, or in Portuguese, in Spanish, or in English, talking about this book. Let me know if you liked this video. It was my first video that I recorded it in English, speaking about a book, not because it's a Brazilian book, but this is, and I want to know if you liked it or not. Or, hey, teacher, could you record videos in Spanish, in Portuguese, talking about this specific book? Let me know here in the comments. It will be a pleasure help you. So, try to read it and let me know what do you think about it, okay? Muito obrigado e tchau, tchau.